As your boy DJ Wolf, got a few things on my mind here I want to talk about while I'm sitting up in traffic out here tonight. First thing come to mind, traffic is just bad as hell, as it always is out here in the good old DMV. All right, that's number one. Number two, your boy, well, not my boy, but the guy who is formerly known as the dickhead, Donald Trump. Yeah, won his second straight primary in Nevada last night. And from what I've been reading, it was a near landslide. Yeah. He basically blew out the competition. I was like, oh boy. Like, here we go. You know, I was talking to somebody today, and they said if Donald Trump gets elected, and if he even makes it if he actually gets the official nod and even becomes president, they said that they're considering leaving the country. And truthfully, I don't blame them. You know, but more on that later. All right. Something I slightly neglected, but this is something I do every day anyway. You know, I don't talk much about Black history like I should, but for me, Black history is 360 every day. You know, if those of you guys who listen to Joe Madison on satellite radio, he does a Black History moment every hour on the hour. Every day he's on. So I usually don't miss that, but I wanted to do something special for Black History Month, and I do plan on it. Hopefully before it's week out. If not tonight, I know by no later than Friday. I may do a special show to broadcast simultaneously on both YouTube and Spreaker / Blog Talk Radio. But what I will do is talk about it now. So today I was actually looking at an article on Black American Web. I never did get to finish reading it. It was about Monique, who won Best Actress for Precious. That was out about 6-7 years ago. It was a good movie. It was a very good movie. And she was saying that her Precious star Gabrielle Sidibe should be rich by now. The movie went to gross $47 million. Oh Jesus! At the box office, I can't get over. Where am I gonna go? I'm gonna go into a freaking ditch here. Oh my God! Come on, cop! Come on! You got more than enough room. If I go any further, I'm in the ditch. This fool. Ain't about to get stuff for your ass. Not gonna happen tonight. Anyway, the movie went to gross. I don't know if it was worldwide though, but I know it said it took in $47 million. And she was complaining about the fact that she felt that she wasn't told about the back end because she took only $50,000 for the movie because Lee Daniels was her friend. All right. She said she was doing us a favor for Lee Daniels. Yet, when the movie became bigger than she thought it was going to be, she decided, oh, well, I need more money. You know, but you signed a contract. And she was saying it was $50,000 that she took plus the back end, I guess, whatever extra dividends come in based on the movie sales she would get. But I didn't get to read the full article, but from what I understand, she let herself get screwed out of that deal. You know, I put it to you simply put. You know, and I'm thinking, if you didn't know about a lot of stuff, why the hell did you not go through your manager? That's what you got a manager for? You know, which is her husband. Her husband is her manager. I'm like, well, why? Your manager didn't do the job, so you ought to fire her. You know, yet you're getting mad at Lee Daniels because of the fact that you didn't get the deal that you wanted, that you deserved, that you should have got. You know, I mean, come on, you are a pretty well-known name, Monique. I mean, what's the story here? And you're still complaining about it years later. In any case, like I said, it's just the fact that she probably didn't expect the movie to do as big as it did. Should she have gotten more money for it? Yes. Was it the fault of maybe her management that didn't bother to try to see if they could have got a little bit more money for it? Yes. I'd say that. Lee Daniels might be a snake on you, but let's be real about it. You were as much to do with the reason why you didn't get the money as it was for him, if not more so. Because you were the bigger name. You were the main star of the film. You know, one of the main stars of the film. So if you didn't fight for what you felt you should have got, then whose fault was that? Nobody but Monique's and her management. Bottom line. You know. Anyway, but that leads me to this, because she happened to bring up Hattie McDaniels because she was the first. Actually, I'll tell you this: was she best supporting actress? I think she was like best actress, best supporting actress to win an Oscar since Hattie McDaniels, if I'm not mistaken. Was something? Well, right along, yeah. Well, anyway, let's put it like this. So she was briefly talked about Hattie McDaniels, you know, and she dedicated her Oscar to the memory of her. And that was sweet of her to do that. I'm glad she brought it up, because I looked up Hattie McDaniels' bio and several other actors of that era. Not only her, but Stephen Fetchit. I forgot his real name. It was, what's his name? Lincoln Andrew Perry was his real name. He has a very long name. He got like 5 names in his name. Anyway. And then Sleep and Eat, which was Willie Best. I've seen him in a bunch of movies. I don't remember all the movies he did. I don't even remember all the movies he was in. And then was Mantan Moreland, who I've seen in dozens of stuff. It was those guys, him, along with one of Fred Toombs. Toombs was another one. And I vaguely remember some of the stuff. I've seen him stuff. I probably just don't recall, you know, his name and all that. But for the most part, those guys I remember doing those roles they did. And the one thing they had in common, which was really troubling to me, is that they all got backlash because of the roles that they did. But we talking about by their own people. You know, people during that era didn't realize a couple of things here. These guys were groundbreakers. They were doing something that not a lot of black actors got to do during that day. Was acting movies. Okay, yeah, they were small. They weren't hugely big roles. No, they weren't. You know, they weren't roles of everyday, you know, African Americans even during that era. Yes, they were stereotypes. But the thing was, they were in movies. They were slowly trying to break the barrier, you know, by whatever means that they could do, you know. And the thing of it was, though, they all, in some way, form, or fashion, got the shaft. You know, that's the sad part about it. But I feel that these guys really deserve their just due respect for what they did, and I respect all of them for that. That's the gospel. You know, they put up with a lot of bullshit from both black and white people for what they were doing, both on screen and off screen. You know, it just breaks my heart. Matter of fact, it just pissed me off. You know, these were the guys that made a lot of things happen for Black Hollywood during that era. They were the ones that established Black Hollywood. You know, yeah, true enough. I mean, they would play stereotypes, but part of the backbone that they were doing was trying to get the foot in the door. And it astonished me that a lot of black people didn't support what they were doing. You know, they weren't doing it to try to be buffoonery to be buffoonery of all black people. Their intention was to break the door down. You know, and after all, this is what their careers. All of these guys have one other thing in common. They all, my understanding, worked in Broadville in some shape or form. They all, were entertainers. That's what they did. You know, even though Hattie McDaniel was doing all different types of work, including she actually was a maid. And the astonishing thing about Hattie McDaniel that surprised me that I didn't realize, she was a direct descendant of slaves. Yeah, her parents and grandparents beyond her generations of family before her were all slaves. Yeah, ain't that something? And I find it fascinating. I'm seriously thinking about getting some more information about her. I find them all fascinating. Her, Mantan, Willie Best, Fred Tilton, all those guys. You know, they paved the way for early black Hollywood, man. And I'm proud to say, as an African American man, I'm proud of their accomplishments, be it ever so big or so small. You know, because they put up with a lot of shit to make black Hollywood happen later on down the line. To allow, they actually had to put up with what they had to deal with to get more blacks in the door in Hollywood during that era, matter of fact. You know, and it really, and there was also a couple of known black film studios too. I think Malvo, I think was the guy's name. I'm going to get more information on that, but I really want to do a special show on that because I was so fascinated by it. I really was, and I was taken aback by it. And to me, that's as much a big part of black history as black history itself, because these guys were innovators in Hollywood, as far as I'm concerned. They helped launch opportunities for other blacks in Hollywood to get that were outside of the stereotypical norm, you know, and so you gotta give them credit for that. You have to. All due respect, all respect for those guys. I love each and every one of them for what they did. You know, what happened was at the time period, or blacks who didn't understand what they were trying to do. But the ones that were calling these guys coons were probably trying to stay in their place, if you know what I mean. They didn't want to take the chance to try to advance by starting out in these efforts, albeit stereotypical, but help break the door down in Hollywood for generations of entertainers after them. You know, and that's the main key. Breaking down barriers, breaking down walls. See, black history itself, not just Black History Month, but black history in this country has always, has always been about us trying to, in some shape or form, break down barriers. In some shape or form, trying to, allow people to get their foot in the door and get from the ground up. That's the whole purpose of Black History. That's the whole purpose of not only Black History Month, but I don't practice it just one day at the end. What are these fools doing? Really? You see I'm trying to get over it? You ain't gonna stop. Yeah. So this is why, boy, I tell you. But yeah, he must have had a bad accident out here. This idiot behind me acted like they didn't want to slow down. Like you the only one got to go home. And like I care, you're the only one got to go home, because you're not. Stupid ass. Hey, go run your ass into the other car you want to. And it's still doing it. Well, I tell you, man. But that's my take. You know, it's DJ Wolf. I'm going to try to take it easy on the road tonight because it's raining like cats and dogs out here, and you got assholes like the one that was just right behind me. But yeah, keep that in mind. I'm just giving you some guys something to chew on about Black history in Hollywood, in early Hollywood, and that, mind you, this early Hollywood from the started from the mid to late 1920s on to about the late 1940s and early 50s. All right, so hopefully, when I get a chance, real soon, hopefully by the end of the week, and preferably Friday night, I'm going to work on a special episode on YouTube, because I really this is something I need to really post on YouTube. You know, now I don't know if I'll be allowed to get those pictures, but I'm going to definitely be talking about it, even if I have to show clips from it from the YouTube channel. But we will be talking about this more into depth on my YouTube channel and Blog Talk Radio Spreaker. Any questions, suggestions, or comments about what I talked about tonight or any other night? And actually, especially about Black history. I love to hear your suggestions. Any suggestions from my podcast, any suggestions from my YouTube channels, blog, whatever, please, by all means, send me email at foralltohear@gmail.com, foralltohear@outlook.com, and my Twitter page is at foralltohear, and my YouTube channel is foralltohear TV. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and take it easy on the roads tonight, man, because it's nicely wet and terrible out here, and people are driving like freaking fools. All right, so let me go ahead, get myself together, face myself tonight, slow it down. Y'all take it easy. I'll talk to you later.